In the early days of the Cold War between the United States and the Soviet Union, a prevalent fear in the country was, how will America defend itself if our enemies launch a nuclear missile?
The United States has an offensive strike force sufficient to deter war. It's an effective intercontinental nuclear air force, secure as we can make it within our resources. A sizable portion of it is secure from destruction by the enemy, regardless of what offensive and defensive action he takes against it. The size, composition, and alertness of the offense force is such that the enemy realizes that an attack on the United States would likely mean committing national suicide.
Only a few years had passed since the end of World War II when the U.S. Army began developing rocket technology at White Sands Proving Ground in southeast New Mexico. One outcome was a category of weaponry known as guided missiles. Some were designed for launching from land or surface, and others from the air. Those launched from the surface to strike land-based targets included the Honest John, the Corporal, the Matador could strike a target 600 nautical miles away.
The B-61A is an Air Force pilotless aircraft formerly known as the Matador. A 12,333-pound surface-to-surface missile powered by a turbojet engine. It takes off from Patrick Air Force Base, Florida, and climbs on course to 40,000 feet toward its target in the Bahamas. High-speed photography enables you to observe the zero-length operational launcher and the missile's extreme stability during takeoff. Shortly after launching, the booster unit detaches itself and falls to Earth.
The Snark could fly 5,500 miles.
Powered by turbojet engines with rocket boost, the Snark weighs 60,600 pounds gross and will carry the 60-inch implosion warhead.
The Regulus was the Navy's first nuclear missile, designed to be launched from a submarine.
During initial operational tests at Edwards Air Force Base, California, the Regulus was equipped with retractable landing gear, enabling the missile to be recovered intact. Weight of the gear is equivalent to that of the payload and is retracted in flight so that normal flight characteristics will be unimpaired.
As the Cold War heated up, scientists paid increased attention to nuclear capability in missile weaponry. That led to the Rascal, a supersonic weapon and the first standoff nuclear-armed missile. The designation of standoff means a device launched from a distance. Personnel are then safe from return fire that originates from the target location.
Radar scope pictures provide accurate command guidance during its 30-degree terminal dive to the target. With a gross weight of 20,000 pounds, the Rascal is 33 feet long, 4 feet in diameter, and is boosted to Mach 2.5 by three 4,000-pound thrust nitric acid and gasoline rocket motors. It cruises at 60,000 feet for 100 nautical miles on one of these motors.
The Rascal was designed to be launched from a bomber in flight. Rascal was an acronym for Radar Scanning Link, or RA in radar, SCA in scanning, and the L in link. Like other such ordnance, the Rascal was guided by radar from an airborne plane. The project that created the Rascal, which the Air Force called a supersonic pilotless parasite bomber, was approved on April 29, 1946. The contract was awarded to Bell Aircraft Company. Testing took place at Holloman Air Force Base in Alamogordo, New Mexico in 1951 and 1952. This was the 2/3 sized version called the Shrike, which was air-launched from a B-29. The first powered Rascal was completed in June 1952 and launched that September in a test at White Sands Missile Range. 6 more tests took place in July and August of 1953 at Holloman. The first guided Rascal was launched in August. The first air launch from a B-36 occurred in June 1955 and in July from a B-47.
The Rascal missile, XASM-A2, Project MX-776, is being developed by Bell Aircraft Corporation. This missile, which will carry an atomic warhead, is 32 feet long and 48 inches in diameter. It weighs 18,000 pounds and is powered by a liquid rocket motor to a speed of 1,200 miles per hour. Guidance is accomplished by relaying a radar picture from the missile to the controlling aircraft, which in turn sends appropriate commands back to the missile. Rascal will have a range of 100 to 150 nautical miles, with a 50% probability of striking within 500 feet of a selected target.
The Rascal was to be the first nuclear-tipped missile in Strategic Air Command. More commonly called SAC, the organization was under the command of both the Department of Defense and the Air Force. In case the need ever arose, SAC would be the nuclear strike force that responded to attacks on the United States. The Rascal would be a weapon of response. SAC intended to activate a squadron of Air Force Rascals, until, that is, 1957, when the Associated Press reported the Air Force was both re-evaluating inventory and developing ever more sophisticated missiles. But there's another reason for the reduction. A formerly classified Air Force document dated September 1, 1953, which was declassified in 1982, pointed out the Rascal's weak point. The document stated the weapon's deployment was dependent upon a human operator to guide it into lethal range of the target. An airborne radar jamming station between the director aircraft and the pilotless parasite bomber would probably neutralize its operation. In other words, the Rascal could be hijacked, and production of the weapon ceased in 1958.